Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of HRD 600, History and Philosophy of Adult Education Traditions. One is behaviorism, and the other one is progressive education. So you look at those, and behaviorism really has its early roots in psychology. And I think some people, or most people, if they took basic psychology in college, you were experienced or you were subjected to this theory. Basically, from an educational standpoint, students are thought of, they're empty vessels, and it's the job of the teacher to teach them what they need. Now, this is still very present in in education, K-12, maybe more so than in college, but also in college the same way. I've in my experience, I've run into professors on the college level that truly believe that the undergrad students or graduate students are empty vessels, and they just need to be filled up with the knowledge and the wisdom and the sage-like advice of the teacher or the professor. On the other end of the spectrum, you have this whole idea about a progressive education, which really, I think of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which if you look at, the lower part of the triangle pyramid, it's our basic needs need to be met before we can move up to the next level. The top of the pyramid is basically enlightenment. So not that the goal of a progressive education is enlightenment, but it's truly to help the individual achieve the greatest possible success that they can have as an individual. And so we're going to be exploring these themes over the next few weeks. And I'll get right to what it is that I'm going to be asking everybody to do in week number 5, which is quite amazing that we are in week number 5, because it seems like we just started this class and all of a sudden we're, in the second third of the class. So this week, as I mentioned, we're going to be studying behaviorism and the progressive philosophies. There's some information in here which we're just looking at. Overview video, which I am taping as we speak. Influence of progressivism. So these are really the overarching questions to do. Here's where we get into the actual, what am I asking you to do this week? And, I have to tell you, one of my favorite topics has to do with a progressive educational philosophy. It is one of a few, but it's one that really speaks to me. And when you start looking at this and you start seeing the likes of John Dewey, Edward Lindemann, it truly gets me very interested and very excited. Not everybody will fall into that category, but I truly, at the root of who I am, maybe as an educator, is I believe that everybody has their own path, and my job as an educator is to help them achieve whatever that might be. So here's the nuts and the bolts of everything that we're going to be doing this week. Please take a look at that. We do have an online discussion, and I'll show you where that is. I'm going to go back to our Module 2, week number 5. All kinds of information on here. We were just there. Then we have the discussion forum. And you know how these works because we've been doing those. Come into that. Click on. And then we have the rubrics as always, and then you start the thread. So, I am a little behind on the week 4 scoring everybody's, but rest assured that I am on it, and I'll be taking a look at those as the day in the next couple of days, probably today if it continues raining. So, have at the materials this week. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please refer to the schedule that goes along with the syllabus, but also keep track of the syllabus. And there's just one thing else I wanted to do right at this moment, and let me just switch gears here. So you might be saying, what is due? What is due? Well, it's all spelled out in course admin. Well, this is where I find them, but it's under your assignments. And really, the first thing that is due, and I'm hoping everybody is keeping a journal. You're doing 2 to 3 entries at least per week. This is your opportunity to write down any thoughts you have, anything that's really impacting you. It could be anything. I've had students that truly get angry that we're studying a certain aspect of adult education. And if that is so, keep it in your journal. Believe me, I don't mind if somebody disagrees with some of the things that we're looking at or studying or you think is stupid. I will never mark anybody off for that. This is your reflective journal. This is yours. So really, we don't have anything formally due until October 17th. So you have time. Just keep your journal going, and we will go from there. In the meantime, if you have any questions for me, you need any kind of help, please reach out to me. I'm here to help. I'm more than willing to have a phone conversation, a Zoom meeting. It could be a one-on-one Zoom meeting, or if our schedules work and we're close by, or you want to come to my office in Gorham or meet somewhere in Portland or Brunswick, let me know. I'm sure we can make that happen. So have a good week. I'll see everybody online.